Happy Thumbs Gaming. Booyakashaw.
What's up, everybody? It's HTG Brian here, and today we have another LEGO Harry Potter Years 5 through 7 video for you. In fact, it happens to be Level 2, Dumbledore's Army Free Play. We're also going to pick up a bonus trophy achievement called Avid Reader, which is simply just using a Quibbler dispenser 25 times or more. We're also going to get the rest of the gold bricks, collectibles, and all those fun things, including that true wizard requirement of 45,000. So, hey, if you haven't watched our Preparing for Free Play video, we highly suggest you do that, as it gives you the opportunity to choose a couple of different characters, and you might already have some, but if you don't, we're gonna need a strong character like Remus Lupin. We're also gonna need a key character like, well, Mrs. Cole. In fact, we don't really need the key on this level, but it's just good to have a key character because we're gonna need one for quite a few different situations along the way. So, speaking of along the way, we've already got off and running, and we need to do some digging right here on the far right side of where we spawn. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to the old werewolf and get our howl on. And check it out, we've actually dug up the first character we need to save, who's going to be part of our army. And we need to hand over his wand, which is standing right next to him if you didn't see me pick it up right in the beginning there. And then we're going to have to go ahead and let him do his thing. Check it out. Now, this is something I learned just now. Like, I always knew you could zap and build the snowball and put it in the little thing and turn it up. But I didn't know you could zap it and it would rain some studs. Hallelujah, rain some studs. All right, so we had to use Leviosa on the remaining bricks left over from the old bash and boom that Buddy did for us. And once we get across, we're going to go ahead and go up to the far left side where we find ourselves a Quibbler dispenser. Now, I mentioned that we do get a trophy achievement called Avid Reader. It's very possible you already got it. If not, you can reuse that one we just did. But if you're not worried about it, go ahead and double back to where we started and build up the bricks in the back left corner, or bottom left corner, and you'll see a snowman pop up, and after he takes his hat off, a character token for Neville winter version, that is revealed. Go ahead and collect that. Now, hey, I haven't really mentioned a lot of the quick links down below because I'm sure most of you are familiar with them from previous LEGO games we put out. But hey, if you're looking for a specific collectible, maybe a House Crest, or maybe you just need to find that student in peril and turn that frown upside down. Well, whatever the case may be, you should be able to look down below in the video description and find the links that'll take you right to the points of interest. And yeah, so hey, we put the old hog's head back up on the cage there and opened the door, and well, we've made our way up, and you might have noticed there was a lock there on that door. I went ahead and zapped it, and I apparated on the little apparition point there, which gave me a nice little tour over down to this left house over here. And check it out, there's all these like pop-up poster things we got to take out. In fact, there's 6 of them all together that you can pew 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 from that gun in the corner there. It's actually quite an awesome snowball machine. And then once you get all 6 of them, it's actually going to kick down with a House Crest. So we collected that up, and unfortunately we switched on over to a werewolf, not once, but twice. You know, that's the one thing I am not fond of in this game, is that if you have a character that can switch to an animal, or spawn an animal, that is, it's good practice to not be on that type of spell. So in our case, it's usually the green ones, and I think that's what it is for everybody. But hey, who knows? I didn't ever actually play the PS3 or Xbox 360 version of this game, so that could have been one of the modifications they made in the remastering, is changing that color. I doubt it, but all right, anyhow, up in the top right corner, we actually see this little coffee shop, and over on the far right, there is a troubled youth inside what appears to be some sort of a barrel. So we used Leviosa, got her out, and then, of course, we handed over the coffee cup we found on the table sitting right in front of that Quaple building there. And speaking of which, you might notice inside there is a question mark on the madam inside. And so what we're going to do is switch to a character that has the focus spell, which is the yellow spell on the spell wheel there. And it's basically mind control is what it ends up being. We've seen this in other games where you control other people with mind control, and that's, I guess that's what it is. Now, all right, so in this particular spot, there are a handful of characters we need to, well, I wouldn't say rescue, but recruit. You can see we handed Shovel to Buddy that we found over behind the lock, over on the left over there. And we also have this other character here that needs a flower, like a bouquet. So there is a cauldron in the back left, and we could certainly find those items and get big and strong, or as I like to say, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But in this case, we actually have a strong character, and we can save a little bit of time with not having to sweep up all the flowers there in the ground and, you know, find all the other items like that serpent's tooth in the back there. But All right, next up, we have found, once we remove those two big carts with a strong character, whichever way you choose to do it, it actually gives us the old bouquet. We hand it on over, and she's like, yay, bouquet. Now, before building this and completing this little section, we're actually going to want to switch to a character that can do some digging. Now, of course, if you do not have Remus, there are other characters like, you know, Crookshanks from Hermione, and I'm sure there's plenty of other ones as well. But what we want to do is dig up this right snow pile, and then we're going to switch to a Weasley and go over to the Weasley box on the left. That's going to give us the old suction cups, and it's also going to spawn a character token up kind of out of reach. But as it turns out, that first snow pile we uncovered was actually the old giveaway that there was a wall hidden there that can be lifted with Leviosa. So speaking of Leviosa, there is this piece of tubing here that we need to lift up and put in there. And then we need a character or creature that can get up top. So we're going to use the old Pidgewiggin from Ron and send that up there, which knocks down one of the books. And of course, we have to target that bird flying holding that book as well. Once that is on the ground, I was thinking we needed to dig up this snow pile here, which Pidgewiggin is not capable of doing. But as it turns out, we actually need to bust open that barrel on the left. So I figured that out in just a second here, and yeah. Speaking of, I was going to say a hot second, but it's actually quite cold right now. And even in real life, outside, we've got actually a big snowstorm, or Snowpocalypse 2016. We will rebuild. No, it's like 4 inches of snow outside. There's ice everywhere, cars crashing. It is madness outside. So I am staying inside and getting some work done. So luckily for me and for you. All right, we're inside the old building here, and there is a silver lock on the back. We're going to go ahead and bust that off with Reducto and head down into the basement-o. And check it out, over on the far front right corner, there are some dark magic bricks that we can go ahead and shake it up. Hoo-hoo. And look at that, we've ripped it open, and we've turned that frown upside down. Now, I will mention that this part right here, I totally got hosed. I had to play this level twice because I chose Harry Potter as my main character of choice on the character selection, and as a result, I ended up not getting a strong character. So I was not able to rip that handle off. So I probably should have made note of that earlier, but hopefully you guys don't run into any issues. And oh, wait for it. We got our 3D goggles on, and booyaka show! 25 times of reading the old Quibbler. Or I guess putting on the 3D glasses. But once you got them on and once you rip that handle off, we're actually going to make our way back over there and rebuild some of the bricks. And check it out, we've got this weird little pump thing here that's upsy downsies. And oh, here we go, we got some other parts right here too. We're going to go ahead and lift that. What we did though with that pump is actually pumped it out. Look, there's no more water on the ground, which that's how we were able to pick up that weird dial thing that we put on the box there. We'll get to that in a minute, but we need to head over to the left and actually use a Weasley again to rip open that box and get some fireworks. And check it out. It has launched a firework and blammed over into the furnace. And booyakashow, we got the yellow House Crest as a result. Now, next up, we've got a character token. It happens to be Cho Winter Edition, and you're going to find this by hopping on the old wheelchair and following the stud trail. Actually, I don't think you really have to follow the stud trail. I believe as soon as you hop on, the studs appear and the character token does as well. But you want to make sure you grab them all. Got to grab them all. Got to grab them all. And, oh, look at this. We got another tube in the back. We're going to go ahead and send Pidgewiggin up and knock all those yellow, I don't know what that was, some sort of cookie jars or something down into the hot tub. And at this point, we got to mix and match the colors of the dials to match the little image there, which is basically, you want to make it say like, what, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock maybe? Something like that. Once you get them both in place, some things go bang, pow, boom, and look at that. The red crest appears in the room, and we're going to jump for joy because that is, in fact, all of the collectibles for this particular level. And as it turns out, we're pretty much at the end. So as per usual, we're going to go ahead and finish up the needed stuff, and we're going to start off by destroying these. I don't know what these are. They look like wine barrels or keg taps or something on the far left of the room. They all have different colors on them. We're going to bust them all off and rebuild what's left into this awesome animated poster of Harry, and it looks like a basilisk. And he kicks it right in the teeth. That's right. Oh, and then, yeah, I wouldn't recommend that, boys and girls. But the most important thing is that it dropped this red scale-like thing. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure you guys could drop me a comment down below and let me know. But I was a little unsure. But I picked it up and handed it to Buddy, who was in need. And then I made my way back over towards the front door and blasted that red and white box, which actually got big, got oh so big, and turned into, look at this, it's a little puppet show. And turns out we need to recruit one of those puppets. So we'll grab that and hand it over to our real recruit, who's standing right there, which, is that Jenny? I can't tell if that's Jenny or not. I don't know. I'm not as good with these characters as a lot of you, but speaking of characters, we're going to have to switch on over to Hermione and walk up to the old bookcase in the back and match the old color pattern here, or I guess the memory pattern here. And once it pukes out some bricks, oh, I guess it doesn't puke out, it just leaves us an apple. Well, we don't need an apple, we need an arm bone, but as it turns out, we feed the apple to the old snout there on the wall, and oh no, it gives us a chest, which when we bust it open, it spawns a Dementor, so we can switch on over to Patronum and, yeah, send it packing, which gives us the last bone we need, and check it out! It's the final totals! Da-na-na-na. What's pretty funny is Reese has actually been working on playing that little tune on his violin, so one of these days when we get it all right and perfected, we'll go ahead and play that for you guys. But check it out, we got all 4 House Crests, we got all 3 of the character tokens scattered throughout the level. We also got that true wizard requirement with a little bit of help of our red brick stud multipliers. And of course, we're stacking it up. I think we fall just a little short of the old 2 Milski, but we got another level coming up, and I know we surpassed that. So, yeah, turn that frown upside down, buddy, and look at that. We're going to get a gold brick for not only completing the true wizard, but we're also going to get one for the House Crests, and of course that student in peril. So check it out, we're up to 47 gold bricks. We're getting there slowly but surely, and I promise you we'll guide you in safely and easily to that 100% now. You know what this screen means. That's going to wrap it up for LEGO Harry Potter years 5 through 7 level 2 Dumbledore's Army free play. And yeah, we're having a blast doing this. We got all of those collectibles, pesky or not. We've got them. And yeah, so we're going to keep on keeping on. Of course, if you guys have any questions or comments or any requests, we encourage you to head on over to our social pages, which can be found down below in the video description, like Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment here right on the old YouTubes. And hey, if you like what we got going on, make sure you click that subscribe button, and then subscribe again by clicking that notifications bell and choosing the notifications preference of your choice, whether you like both, or whether you like emails, or whether you like push, or whether they've added a new one by now. Who knows when you're watching this? This could be a long time down the road. But anyhow, as for me, that's going to do it. I will advise you that you might want to check out Facebook on Friday, as we, at least currently, have been giving out stuff away. We have giveaways weekly. Lego, stickers, all sorts of stuff. So it's been going on for like 2 years now. I can't see it ending anytime soon, so I recommend you go check it out. As for me, though, that is going to go ahead and do it. As always, until next time. See ya.